loves, it's Angelica, and today we're going to be talking about the books that I want to read in December. So I wasn't planning on doing a TBR. I actually wasn't planning on doing TBRs ever, really, but I decided to do it anyways, just because I'm in the reading mood and I just really wanted to sit down and talk about the books that I wanted to read because I'm excited to read a lot of them. And I'm going to be participating in a book club. Technically, this book club takes place December, January, and February, like over 3 months, but I'm gonna see how many I can get done in December, just because it's called 'Tis the Season, and it is put on by the Book Wanderers Book Club. It's hosted by my friend Celine over on Instagram and Goodreads. That's where it is housed, in Goodreads, and I decided to participate. I started participating in her Halloween one and totally fell off the bandwagon with that. So my goal is to participate in this one. We'll see how many reads I get done in this month, but if I read a lot, then cool. If I don't, I have 2 other months to read. However, I'm going to be having a baby in January, so I don't know how much reading I will get done in January. So before we talk about the books that I'm going to read for that readathon, I wanted to talk about the manga that I'm going to be reading. I'm focusing on finishing Assassination Classroom. I'm absolutely adoring this series. It is so good. I recommend it if you love manga. Pick it up if you haven't already. I know I'm a little late to this like hype because this has been around for a while, but it is so good. I am currently reading volume 10, so I have here volumes 10 through 15. There are 21 in the series. My goal is to just finish up the series this month, but we'll see if I do that. They're pretty easy to read. I could probably read one in like 30-45 minutes, but I've been taking my time and just enjoying each section of the volumes, but I've been getting them from my library, so that's why I only have these few. And then once I finish these, then I will grab the rest of them from the series. But I felt kind of guilty grabbing all of them from 10 to 21. It just felt like that was a lot. And I always hate when I go to the library and I want a book and someone already has it checked out. So I just took these ones, and yeah, I'm really enjoying the series. It's so good. It's probably going to be a full-on 5-star series for me, unless the ending is not good, which I'm kind of nervous about the ending. I'm not quite sure how it's going to end, but we'll see. Oh, I lied. I have 16 as well. So next, moving into the reads for the book club, all the reads that I really wanted to read, I just kind of saw how they would fit in the prompt list for this readathon. And so the first prompt is to read a book with gold on the cover. So I chose Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. I don't know much about this. All I know it's set in a school. I was given this book last Christmas, the Christmas before, which I'm not quite sure which Christmas. Last Christmas, I think, from a co-worker during like a Secret Santa swap, and I didn't know what it was about. Like, I had seen it around, I thought the cover was really pretty, and then I got it and I thought, oh, this is so exciting, so I'm finally gonna sit down and read it. And yeah, I'm excited. It has gold on the cover. Another prompt is to read a book about books. This does have a school. There is a book on the cover, so maybe that would apply for that prompt as well. We'll see. I'm not quite sure until I read it. But there was no other book that I could figure out for that prompt, so we'll just say the first 2 prompts are this book. The next prompt that I don't have a book for was read a book set in the city. I feel like I could probably put Assassination Classroom in that, since it's set in, actually, I'm not quite sure where it's set in. I'm assuming Tokyo, but it could be wrong. But there is like a city and a town around them, around the school, so I'm gonna go with that one for that prompt, but we'll see. I mean, I have time to read more books, so if I find another book that I'm reading and it's set in a city, then I will apply it to this one. Next prompt is to read a book with an animal on the cover, and I chose Boys, Snow, and Bird by Helen Owenemi. I don't know, I think I'm saying that wrong, but I had started this book a long time ago. I got to chapter 2. As you can see, my bookmark is in it, and I don't remember why I put it down, but I would like to read this book, so I picked it back up. I'm pretty sure this is like a Snow White retelling, but I could be wrong, so I don't know much about it. All I know is there is a girl. It's set in 1953. I guess I could read the back of this. And she, oh, you know, reading the back of it, I feel like I remember she like leaves her home because her stepsisters are horrible or something, or her stepmom is really bad. And so she leaves her home and then she marries this man. I think that's kind of coming back to me. I might have to read the first chapter. But I've heard really good things about this book, and I've also just heard great things about this author. So I decided to pick it up. So we'll see what I think of it. The next prompt is to read a book about sharing. I don't have anything for this one either, just because I feel like, how am I supposed to know if it's about sharing or like what it is? I'm thinking maybe I could count Deadly Education with that too. Like they're sharing an education. Maybe there's some sharing of magic going on. I don't know. We'll see. I really don't know. I'm kind of just going with it and seeing what fits is basically what I'm doing. So the next book is to read the most recent book on your TBR, and this book is one I've technically already started because the month of December has already started, and that is Mexican Gothic by Sylvia Moreno-Garcia, and I am loving it so far. Let's see, how far am I in it? Page 82, and it's so good. I just love her writing style. I think she's probably going to be a new favorite author of mine. I've read two of her other books, The Beautiful Ones and Gods of Jade and Shadow, and I just want to read all of them at this point because I just love the way she writes, love the way she tells a story. I'm here for it. I'll read anything she writes at this point. Next is to read a book that will warm your heart. I also don't have one for this, so we'll see what I decide. I still have some more ideas about some other books that I want to read, but definitely looking at my TBR, probably Assassination Classroom, because I can't help but smile every time I read one of those volumes, so that is definitely warming my heart a little bit. So that might be that for that prompt, but if I read another book and I feel like it warms my heart, then I will put it in that place. Okay, so we have two more prompts. The next one is to read a book that was recommended by a friend, and I have a friend who keeps telling me to read this book so many times, and that is Red Rising by Pierce Brown, and I'm finally doing it. I got it from my library, got the audiobook. I do own it physically, but I'm enjoying the audiobook. It's pretty good. I've started it already. I'm like halfway through, so I probably will finish it pretty soon. And oh my gosh, this is intense. It's literally tearing my heart apart, so it definitely will not apply for warming my heart, but it's really good. So you're basically following Darrow, and he lives on Mars, and he's considered a red. There are like, in this society there are reds, bronze, golds, and pinks, I believe. Are they pink? You would think I'm reading this book I would know, but I can't quite remember. I think it's pinks, but basically golds are like top tier in this society, but he is a red and he is like a minor, and basically his wife gets taken from him, and his eyes are opened to what is really going on, and he is basically thrusted into this plot to take down the system, to fight for all the injustice going on, and all he really wanted to do was like just do his job, love his wife, be with his family, and now he's like in this whole other thing, and it's so intense. The story is so crazy. It is really well written. It's a different kind of writing style that I'm used to, but I'm really enjoying it, and I'm just finding myself like listening like clenched, and I have to like remind myself to like unclench because it's so intense at points, but I'm really enjoying it, and I definitely will continue with the series. I lied, there are now 2 more. There were 3 more, but I skipped one on accident, but that one is to read a retelling, and that would be Scarlet for me. I read Cinder a while ago and really enjoyed it. I just never continued with the series, so I am going to continue with Scarlet. I had started this audiobook a while ago, but the library hold, like I got it through my library and it had to go back to my library because it was taking me so long to listen to it, and that's just because this year has been a hot mess for me. So I probably will get the audiobook again because I really enjoyed listening to the audiobook for Cinder, so I'll probably get the audiobook again and listen to this book. But I'm enjoying the series. I really like Marissa Meyer. Oh my goodness. I like her writing style, and I'm enjoying the series. It's really fun, and I like the sci-fi spin on you know, the stories and how she's bringing all of these like fairy tales together into one overarching story. It's really cool. I'm enjoying it. And the last prompt is to read a book adapted into a movie, and I'm kind of cheating a little bit because it's not a movie, but I'm gonna say Assassination Classroom for this as well because it is an anime currently, and that's a TV show. However, I feel like it still counts. And you know, if I read something else that's like a movie, then I can put it for there too, but this, I feel like it counts for that, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna do Assassination Classroom. So those are all the books that I am planning to read in December. I'm really bad at TBRs. That's why I decided not to do them, because I don't always stick to them. However, most of the books on here, like, I've already started. Like, technically I'm in the middle of Assassination Classroom, so that's definitely gonna get read, and I'm in the middle of 2 of the books already, so I feel like I probably will stick to it. However, I am a mood reader, so if I'm in the mood and I see another book, I will read it. So you know what? That's just kind of how it works for me. But that's what the kind of tentative idea of what I'm going to be reading this month. Let me know down in the comments what's on your TBR. Are you participating in any other readathons? I know there are a lot floating around. I just didn't do a lot of research into them just because by the time I feel like I get to December, I'm just like trying to scramble and finish all the books to like meet my Goodreads goal. But however, I've already met my Goodreads goal. My Goodreads goal was 50 books. I'm at 83, I think. However, a lot of those are manga. Does that count? I feel like it does. But if you want to follow me on any of my social medias, I'll leave them linked down below. I have Instagram, I have Goodreads, I do have an Etsy shop. I have a few items in there, but I'm planning on putting in more, so you can go check that out if you like. And thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.